Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce Major General Fred A. Gordon, Commanding General, United States Military District of Washington. General Gordon.
Mr. President, members of Congress, members of the Cabinet, members of the Department of Defense, the presidents of all of our Veterans Services organizations, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome all of you to these ceremonies here in Arlington today, where fallen veterans and their families are being honored on this Memorial Day 1994. Mr. President, it is indeed an honor to have you here again with us this year. As our Commander-in-Chief, your being here makes these Memorial Day services all the more meaningful to all of us. Also sharing the stage with me are two other people I would like to tell you a little bit more about so that you will better appreciate their involvement in today's ceremony. You will learn more about the others seated here as we progress in our program. To my right, our mistress of ceremonies for today, and an on-air radio personality at a local radio station, WMZQ, is Miss Katy Daley. In addition to being a true supporter of our armed forces, Katy has close ties to this cemetery. She has 10 family members buried in Arlington, including a cousin who was posthumously awarded the Distinguished Service Cross. Her cousin, First Lieutenant Edward White, was killed in action in Korea at age 24. He was commanding an outpost of the 1st Cavalry Division near Kuncheon when it was attacked by 2 enemy platoons. In defending themselves against the onslaught, nearly all ammunition was expended. Lieutenant White then courageously made a trip to the rear for more ammunition on a road that was swept by heavy machine gun fire. On his return, he was killed. In a letter to his family, Lieutenant White's commanding officer said in part, and I quote, "His death in battle served as an inspiration for all officers of the division," end quote. Lieutenant White gave his life so that others might live and act in the highest traditions of our military profession. Ms. Daley represents those families, the thousands of them, who have lost loved ones who, along with our nation's heroes, are being honored here today and at cemeteries across our nation. Let me also briefly tell you the story of Professor Charles Schreiner. In just a moment, you will hear Professor Schreiner favor us with a solo. However, in 1944, then Ensign Schreiner was serving on board the USS Ancon, manning a 40mm anti-aircraft gun. While doing so, he shot down the first enemy plane downed by a surface craft in the Normandy invasion. 2 years later, in 1946, Professor Schreiner was the soloist for these Memorial Day activities here in Arlington. Today, we welcome him back as we and the nation turn our focus to the 50th anniversary of Normandy. We're also very delighted to have Professor Schreiner as a representative of all of our veterans who have come here today to honor their fallen comrades from D-Day, as well as from the hundreds of other battles, large and small, in which America's servicemen and women have made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of freedom. They are indeed America's heroes, those 232,000 veterans and family members who rest beneath these hallowed grounds. Each and every one, no matter what their rank or station, whether decorated or unknown, all belong in this place of honor. Together, as we remember them and their sacrifices, let us keep them alive and accord them our gratitude and renew our pledge that we shall never forget them. Welcome again to one and all. Thank you very much for coming.